Hey folks, welcome to the Adrenal Reset Bootcamp. Welcome, Dr. Deepti. So excited you're here with us today.
Me too, Rena. I'm so excited, and it has been such a good experience to do this bootcamp with you. I'm so happy I'm able to help many more patients than seeing one-on-one in my office every day.
Yeah. So let's get started with what is our goal today, right? So this kickoff call has a very specific purpose, and that is to make it so easy for you to do the bootcamp. What is our
Mhm.
goal with the bootcamp? You're going to feel a lot better. Dr. Deepti, just quickly share with the participants, what should they anticipate? It's a 14-day bootcamp. They have access for 97 days. Once they follow what I'm going to walk them through, what are they going to experience?
So, Rena, adrenal fatigue is such a problem where most of our patients feel a lot of symptoms from head to toe, right? So I expect that most of their symptoms, especially the fatigue and the
Mm-hmm.
inability to sleep and inability to focus and
Mm-hmm.
inability to generally enjoy the life because of
Mm-hmm.
that fatigue and exhaustion, that should go away. And they should start enjoying the life and feel much better and able to achieve their goals in life. And
Mm-hmm.
uh, otherwise, most of the patients who have adrenal fatigue, they're basically not able to do, and they really want to do a lot of things. They feel that they are just not living, but they're living because they're just chasing every minute because they're not able to do what they're able to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So for those of you who are joining in and have not really taken a look at the bootcamp website, well, we're going to walk through that just now. If you haven't really gone through all the materials, don't worry. We're going to review those with you now. So this is really the first kickoff for you to understand, what are the recipes like? What is my day going to be like? What do I really need to do? But before we dive into the actual boot camp, the Adrenal Reset Bootcamp, I want to talk to you about the prep week. It's very important that before you dive into the boot camp, you take a full 5 to 7 days to prepare yourself. So we call it the prep week. Now, the prep week is based on some few fundamental things. The first most important thing that you must do is you must journal, journal, journal. Now, what do I mean? You can take your phone, you can open up the notes feature, right? And you can just put bullets. You can just say, okay, so these are the things that I want you to track in your prep week. 1, how do you feel when you wake up and what time did you wake up? Just put little bullets. 2, what time did you go to sleep? How many times did you wake up at night? I know it's a little extra work because if you wake up at night, you got to pick out your phone and you got to put in it, Paper pencil works just as great, by the way. Keep a little notepad next to you. I'm going to walk you through the health journal. Print out the health journal. Keep it right next to you. You can just put some bullets in there. Whatever mechanism you choose, this boot camp will be exponentially better if you journal. And again, we're not asking you to journal everything. We want you to journal a few things because that's the best way for you to track how you're actually going to feel as we go through this bootcamp together. So you're going to track, again, when do you sleep? What time did you wake up? How did you feel? How many times did you wake up? You're also going to track how tired and exhausted you are. So when you wake up in the morning, are you snoozing 4 or 5 times? Are you so blurry and tired that you're almost falling out of bed? Do you have lots of aches and pains? Are you feeling angry when you wake up? Are you feeling sad when you wake up? Are you feeling scared when you wake up? You must write these emotions down. And as you are going around your day, I want you to journal what you're eating. So that's the second thing we want you to do. So the first is your sleep and your wake up and your mood. The second big thing is we need you to journal what it is that you're eating. Dr. Deepti has the most amazing meal plan. We're going to walk through it in a moment. However, you may choose to customize it. This boot camp works the way you want it to work. So you can follow it 100%, but what we find is that most people follow about the 80-20 rule, right? So they'll eat 80% of what Dr. Deepti's proposed in a way that allows them to incorporate 20% of their own dietary preferences. Also, we give you a ton of options. You are not going to be short on options. And this is not a starvation diet. We are not meant to feel hungry and feel fatigued because you're hungry. This is a nourishing boot camp. So it's very important that the number 2 thing is in that prep week, that every day, just little bullets. What did you eat? and when did you eat it, right? So if you're waking up in the morning and having 2 cups of coffee, write it down. Now, Dr. Deepti is going to send you a little angry message going, don't take that coffee. But if you had the coffee, you must make a notation of it. We are going to be offering you the opportunity to talk to us on a daily basis. We do these live calls every day where you can come and ask us questions. So as you're going through the boot camp, feel free to come and ask us questions as well. So with that said, we're going to dive into the boot camp now. You should have received your login and password. It's a very simple welcome email that walks you through the welcome. If at any point at all, you have issues, we have a help number, and it's a phone number that's on the site. We also have a little chat bot that comes up. We also have an email address. It's help@healcircle.org. So help@healcircle.org, or the phone number that's up there. It's a toll-free number. Or of course, we have a little chat bot. Do not be shy. Do not hesitate. Any questions at all, you just message us and we'll make sure either Dr. Deepti will answer or one of us will get back to you shortly. All right, Dr. Deepti, over to you while I tab over and share my screen. Anything specifically that you'd like to share? Okay, so here we are. We are at the Adrenal Reset Bootcamp with Dr. Saxena landing page. This is where you will land. And if you're not here and you're having issues, again, message us. We'll get over to you. When you come here, make sure you click this little video and watch it. Hey, welcome! And it's going to be me explaining, again, how the bootcamp works and answering a few questions. When you click on View All, it will take you to the bootcamp website, which we're very proud of. As you can see, we have different days in here. And as you can see, we have the welcome, the meal plan, etc. So let's start with welcome. You're going to start with welcome first. So this is the welcome screen. And on here, we all want you to start here. This is what you should have also been emailed already. So this is where you will start. We will be sending you a daily email with recommendations. If you don't receive it, get back to us. We are going to walk you through the meal summary. We have a meal plan. You can join us daily for messages through Zoom link. Make sure that you're whitelisting our emails, and if you're on Facebook, please feel free to join our community. So that's the start here. Then if you want to contact us, there's this team information up here. So you can, again, just click on the team, and there's the information. Okay, sleep routine. One of the most important things that you will do in this boot camp is fix your sleep, because if you don't fix your sleep, your adrenals are going to suffer. Dr. Deepti, talk a little bit about that, please.
Yeah, so sleep is essential for everybody, but definitely, it's a part of our healing when we sleep. But anybody who has got adrenal imbalance, it becomes 100 times more important to be able to give your body the time to rest and sleep and be able to balance your hormones. Now, the problem is most of the patients who have adrenal problems cannot sleep. That's why we are giving you a few tips how to be able to, go to bed and have a good night's sleep. Also, I have put a lot of sleep time teas so that we can help you sleep. So most of the patients with adrenal problems have problem falling asleep and staying asleep, and although they're tired. So sleeping is extremely important to fix the adrenals.
Wonderful. So that's the sleep portion of it. It's very important that as you are on the welcome screen, that you download the health journal. This is one of your bonuses. So you can obviously purchase the health journal on Amazon, but we give it to you for free to download and use. So there's no reason for you not to use this health journal. That's going to make it very, very easy for you to track your progress during the boot camp. So again, highly, highly recommend that you download the health journal. We also have a joy calendar. There is scientific proof that your health is linked to your emotions, how you feel. And one of our objectives in the boot camp is to make you smile from the moment you wake up to when you go to bed. So we've created this joy calendar where we give you recommended tips on how can you bring more smiles into your life. So for example, on day one, you could watch a cute cat video, like prioritize it, make time for it. We're giving you permission. Number two, get a foot massage. You know what? And if you can't get out there to get a foot massage, give yourself a foot massage. Just sit on a chair, take a nice olive oil or avocado oil, put some essential oils on it or whatever you've got handy. Just give yourself a foot massage. You will be blown away by how wonderful you feel at the end. Even just, it's called abhyanga, just massaging your arms. Just sitting down and giving your body a nice massage really calms down the nervous system and creates the endorphins. And it's just the most beautiful thing you can do for yourself. 5 minutes. It's just put a timer for 5 minutes. Sip your little warm water with lemon and honey and take a little smile break. Forgive one person who has wronged you. So we've given you lots of little recommendations that you can follow on a daily basis to bring the extra smiles that we want you to have during the boot camp. In addition, I interview leading MDs, etc., in my podcast, which is called the Healthier Podcast. So feel free to check out some great interviews here if you have time. So that's under the welcome section. Next, let's talk about the meal plan. By the way, you can see how I'm navigating. You can navigate on the right side or up here. And then sometimes people's modules work different. You can just click on the logo and that will take you back to the bootcamp page. So let's go take a look at the meal plan, which I know you're all excited about. So this is the meal section, and let me walk you through the meal summary. Dr. Deepti spent an enormous amount of time putting this together. So this is the meal summary for 14 days. Healthy start smoothie, sweet potato Thai curry, adrenal veggie delight, and then we've got some wonderful teas for you. You can click on each of these and get the ingredients and the instructions. So that's how the meal plan is structured. We give you a summary and then the summary is linked, but also we give you shopping list. So if you're like me and you want to get organized and just go one day, well, there it is. So that's the day one. You can print these out. You can take a copy of it on your cell phone. And when you go to the grocery store, you can just basically follow the ingredients list and purchase them. So we've given you the shopping list, the meal summary, and in addition to that, as I mentioned, what's really important is that you follow it to the best of your ability, but you don't have to follow the exact same plan. So in the meal summary, what you can do is you can browse it in the first 7 days, which I call the prep week. You can, in fact, take a look around and say, you know what, I really don't like chicken liver. So I'm just going to do what I love, which is the herb chicken and mushrooms. And I'm basically, for the 7 days, going to pick 3 or 4 of the things from here and just repeat them. And that's very, very popular, very common. The other thing people do is they look at the simplified 14-day menu. So if you truly don't have time and want a simplified menu, here's a really nice model where you can pick 1 grain, 1 oil, 1 green, 1 orange, 1 cruciferous, other herbs, spices, sprouts, and literally cook it in 1 pot. But you can change the flavor around. Like you could do, a quinoa, kale, sweet potato, asparagus, basil, coconut aminos, blend, cooked with vegetable broth. Or, you could cook something else like with the meats. So it's really up to you how you structure your specific meal plan, but we've given you an incredible number of options. So that's the meal plan. Then let's get back and take a look at the other modules. So those are the 2 most critical things for success, right? The third is our heal zone. Heal zone.
Before that, can I interrupt just a second?
Sure.
For the meal, I have added about 20 vegetarian recipes. I don't know where they are here.
I'll go
So
back to
because a lot of patients are vegan and vegetarian,
Mhm.
so it has about 20 to 25 recipes which are here somewhere. So if you can help our viewers about the vegetarian recipes, because I added that just last week.
Uh-huh. So do you remember the names of the vegetarian recipes?
There are like 25 of them.
Right, and I see them. I mean, I'm sure these are it, right? The tofu
Yeah, these are
cauliflower
the ones. These are the
salad.
ones. Yes.
Yeah, so they're
Hmm.
all here.
They're all here. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so there's 20 recipes, palak paneer, ooh, best ever adrenal reset tortillas, avocado arugula salad, curry tofu scramble. Yeah,
Mhm.
they're all here. So again, you've got enough healing recipes to pick from to
Mhm.
create your own meal summary and to make sure that you are eating what you love. Because again, you will not be able to do this boot camp unless you're eating what you love, because food's a pretty important part of our lives.
That's true.
Heal zone. This is where we work on your mind, your spirit, your soul. And there's a lot of wonderful articles here. Gratitude is, I would say, one of the most important, simple, quick practices that you can incorporate, that you must incorporate over the next 14 days. In the journal, we give you a box where you put just one word of gratitude. And then this is an article which tells you how you can bring more gratitude into your life, right? It could be literally as simple as, thank you, God, I am alive, right? I'm alive. I don't know, X million people died and never woke up. I did. I am alive. That in itself is a phenomenal thing to be grateful for. So that's kind of how do you bring gratitude into your life. And we also have others on principles of eating alkaline. We've got the Abhyanga, which I was mentioning to you just now, how to beat food cravings, sugar cravings. So there's a lot of wonderful articles here around Heal Zone, which is how do you put yourself into a healing mode. Then we also have recordings, so you can go take a look at the recordings. So we have the welcome video. This video will be added up here as well. What are adrenals and why are they important? Why they get imbalanced, and then we have some free book videos. So we have some wonderful things for you to take a look at in the recording section. Movement, mindfulness, we have lots of videos on gentle workouts. And I'm going to now walk you through day one, which is the most important thing that we want to have you is restructure your day. Oops, I guess it doesn't want me to start yet. It's, I'm going to go back to, so you'll be receiving every single day an email which will capture the day one and the day two. So let's start, this is as an example, that says day two. It'll say, welcome to your second day. And we always give you an inspiring quote. Do you want to be the love of your life? Look in the mirror. We then want you to start your day with just a brief mindfulness. Then that's the journal. We want you to take just a minute or two to share one word of gratitude. This is all before you start your day. Then comes the healing drink. So what are you going to have first thing in the morning? We want you to start with a healing drink. Then there's, of course, breakfast in the morning. And Dr. Deepti has proposed some different breakfasts. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. That looks so good. Toast with butter and berries. And of course, if you're like me, gluten-free, there's some incredibly healthy gluten-free breads these days. If you have questions about that, ping me. I will message you the names. Then we want to do a Heal Zone activity in the afternoon. And we will give you some recommendations. Lunch, and again, here's some recommendations around lunch. You'll take a workout break around 3 o'clock. Dinner is going to be around 5 or 6. And then we always want you to sleep with some lovely tea at night. Get into bed at 10, start to unwind, do some deep breathing, take a hot bath, turn off your cell phone, write a word of gratitude or share it, and you've ended your first day. So this is how we want you to really rethink and structure your day. Now, we know you can't go from your current life to this overnight. So that's why we say start with a 7-day prep. So in the 7 days, you'll be receiving these emails. Start slowly, start doing some meditation, start writing some words of gratitude, start testing out some of the teas, some of the foods. So you're doing, maybe the first day you're going to do one thing. Maybe the second day you're going to do a couple more things. Maybe the third day you're now starting to cook the adrenal way. And, maybe by the 7th day, you're completely immersed in the pool. You've jumped in the pool and you are ready for the boot camp. So that is the walkthrough of a particular day. And that's 14 days in a row that you're going to do that. That's it. That's the boot camp. So we are now I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Actually, I'm going to walk you through one more thing. This bootcamp is based on my own experience of healing and what I created, which is the 7-step pyramid of health. This is my 7-step pyramid of health. This is how I reverse 28 symptoms. I believe that healing does not occur randomly. It actually occurs in a process, in a step-by-step process. The first step is calm. If you're not calm, if you're not relaxed, you are not going to be able to digest that incredible kale you're eating. So how do you get to calm? In this article, I have shared with you the different things that you can do. So journaling, breath work, sitting in the sun, self-massage, walking in nature, right? Drinking warm water, believe it or not, is very calming versus cold water. So step 1, getting to calm. Step 2 is making sure you're getting high quality sleep on time. And again, when you go to the sleep section, you can go through and read all the different things on how to sleep better. So taking a hot bath, taking a magnesium supplement, turning off social media and laptops by 9, getting sun, writing in your journal, not having caffeine. For me, if I take caffeine after even noon, I have a tough time sleeping through the night. The third is nutrients. And that's your making sure you're having salads and fruits. Fourth is joy, and that's compassion. Fifth is movement. Sixth is detox. And 7th is your diet. And so in the 7-day prep, I highly recommend that you take one thing and say, today is my first day and I'm going to focus on calm and I'm going to play around with the recipes, etc. The second day, it's sleep. The third is nutrients. Fourth is joy, move, detox, and diet. So that's what I highly recommend that you do. And with that said, I'm going to stop sharing. This is available to you in the boot camp. And I'm now going to go ahead and hand off to Dr. Deepti. Dr. Deepti, comments, feedback, advice to those who are on the boot camp.
Well, this is a lovely boot camp. I can't tell you, Reena, how happy I am to have worked with you to create this, because adrenal fatigue or adrenal problem is chronic. It doesn't get better unless we change, as we just discussed, all parts of your life, including be joyful and sleep and, have the gratitude and be happy overall. Medicines don't work unless we change everything else. So when I see patients one-on-one in my office, it's very hard to I tell them everything, but then you see them once a month or something like that. But this boot camp is really, what we are doing is really hand-holding on a daily basis. Yes. So that is going to be so good for everybody who has this problem, because adrenals do not get better with a pill. It does need hand-holding. That's what exactly we are doing with this boot camp. So I'm very excited about this, that so many people are going to feel better. I'm going to have many more people feel better than so when I see patients one-on-one, it's so much more gratifying that we are helping many more people.
Absolutely. And that's, I think, the hard part for you, Dr. Deepti, is you've got so many patients. How do you coach them and advise them on a day-by-day basis? And that's what the boot camps is about, is it's almost like you're there with them,
Yep.
you know, telling them, hey, eat this today, do this meditation, you know, go sit in the sun for 10 minutes. It's this reminder. And it's funny, right? We all need these reminders. We had this wonderful wellness leadership dinner, and all these incredibly brilliant, talented, experienced MDs were there. And I remember multiple MDs coming in saying, can you please create a bootcamp for us? We need reminders. So it's good to have, you know, a daily email saying, hey, let's keep you on track. Let's stay on track. So think of us as your virtual cheerleaders, your health cheerleaders, your virtual coaches. We're here to get you to the greatest health you've ever experienced. You can get there. I did it. I went from being super duper sick to being, now I'm no caffeine, no sugar. Well, sugar is back in my life, but no caffeine, no alcohol. And I've never felt more energy in my life. I sleep at this point, because the work's been really fun and busy, 5 hours a night, and I'm go, go, go all day. And it's incredible. No caffeine. You don't need caffeine. Caffeine's a crutch. It actually makes you nervous and dizzy. So for those of you who are really, really fearful about how this transition is going to happen, you're thinking, oh my God, can I even do this? This looks like so much to do. Trust me, I know you can do it, because if I could do it and have the most addictive, lazy personality, I know you can do it. Number two, if you're thinking this is too much to process, it's not. You take it one day at a time. You take one thing at a time. And that's why we're here. You can start tomorrow, the 7-day prep, with just one thing. You're going to get calm. That's your whole goal. And I'm going to give you a tip on that. The number one thing to get calm is to first know what triggers you. Each of us has a different trigger. I'm going to go back to journaling. You will not know what your triggers are if you're not making notes. So for 7 days, I want you to literally have this notepad or your phone, and you're constantly writing in it. I was surprised to find the things that would trigger me. And so once you know what triggers you, then you can be better prepared. I found out that there were people that were triggering me, and I had conversations with them and said, you know, you're not good for me right now. I'm healing, and I'd like to minimize my communication with you during my days of healing. And it was remarkable how well that actually worked, by taking people that were toxic in my life out of my life during the time that I was healing. And then bringing people that were wonderful. So I love pets, I love animals, and just spending more time with the birds that I had made me feel a little more happy. So knowing what triggers you either way is going to be what you're going to need to bring that calm back. Nothing beats calm than the simple model. I'm going to teach you a breath technique. It's a very, very old, ancient, proven breathing technique, which is you close your nostril, you breathe in, you breathe out, you close the other nostril, and then you breathe out. So you breathe in, and then you breathe out. You breathe in, and you breathe out. You breathe in, and you breathe out. And you do this as gently and slowly as if there's a butterfly on your nose tip. So the visual is, there's a butterfly on my nose. I don't want to wake it. And I'm going to breathe in a way that's calming. And if you can do, just start with like 20 of those, right? 10 from each nostril even. Build it up to 20 from each nostril. You will feel the difference. You will feel like you've taken a deep breath and you've come down. So the first thing I want you all to work on is just calm, which means you're going to track what triggers you, and you're going to do this simple breathing. That's it. I want you to do 2 things. And if possible, you're going to give yourself massages to the extent you can. You're just sitting around, you're working, and you're going to give yourself a massage. Again, you're calming down your nervous system. Dr. Deepti, other recommendations on getting to calm?
Yeah, so just like you said, breathing exercise is extremely important, and we have a couple videos in our boot camp which can be helpful. But generally, I would say now we know that we are in the zone where we are trying to heal. Just like you said, avoid people who make you more tired or they're toxic to you. Just avoid them, because you should help yourself before you can help anybody else. So don't feel bad about it, I would say. Just like we say in the airplane, we always say this example to everybody, put your oxygen first before you can help anybody else.
Yes.
So I would say first help yourself. A lot of people, they're trying to save the world, but they don't feel well. So try to say or learn to say how to say no.
Yes.
Draw a boundary. There
Yes.
should be some boundaries, because sometimes we feel bad. If I say no to this person, what happens? Nothing will happen. Whenever you have time, you're better. You think that's the right time. But when you're healing, I want you to make sure that not only now, for your lifetime, you learn few things which are very, very important to keep you healthy, and which is, I think the main thing is, I have seen that most of the people I work with, they don't know how to say no. So learn how to say no, draw your boundaries, check yourself, be mindful of how you're feeling, feel how your stomach is feeling, are you calm in your brain? Try to be mindful of those things. Are you feeling anxious? If you're feeling anxious, just like Rena said, do those little exercise, breathing exercise, even for like 5 seconds, maybe 5 times, and that will relax you. So be very mindful of how you're feeling. Sometimes we don't know, we're just not feeling right. And so mindful means that you're just checking in with yourself. Second, I wanted to tell you, Rena, this boot camp is not just for people who are tired. I think this is for anybody who wants to prevent anything in future. So anything who's even, anybody who's feeling fine, but they want to continue feeling better. I think this is just a lifestyle change, which will continue to have them feel the way they're feeling so that they maintain where they are.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing I want to mention, all my patients who have adrenal problems, they always feel not only tired and problem sleeping, but they're actually dizzy very easily and they get very lightheaded easily. And it's because their sugar levels are low and their blood pressure actually becomes lower. So the meals that we have created is not just for the adrenals, but for anybody to stay healthy because they maintain their sugar level. They're more balanced diet. So let's say somebody drinks a Coke for their or a Pepsi for their lunch, and that's 500 calories, for example. I'm just giving an example. Is not equal to 500 calories of a food that they eat, because that calorie from a Pepsi or something will disappear very fast, and they'll be dizzy again. So they'll be like, oh, I just had 500 calories. So calories are not equal. So please follow the recipes that we have provided. And you don't have to follow the recipes if you think it's too complex. I want to make sure you have got protein and vegetables in each meal, and complex carbohydrates so that they digest slowly and they maintain your sugar levels. So that you don't get tired and the dizziness or the lightheadedness that most of the people feel. And sometimes they don't know it's because of adrenals. And
Yeah.
anybody can feel that, but especially people with adrenal problems.
That's such an important thing to say. You mentioned something so important, Dr. Deepti. I had that issue where we can't say no. We want to please everybody. And then next thing you know, we are overwhelmed because we've taken on too much, or we're doing things we don't like. And now we're building this negative emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an incredible woman called Louise Hay who changed my life. And Marissa Peer, who's again very popular and famous, and they both talk about doing this one very simple thing. And I'm going to say, just to add to what you said, to convert into practice. In the morning when you're brushing your teeth, you look in the mirror. It's called mirror work, and you say, "I love you." You just look in the mirror and you go, "I love you," and you can actually say your name. You can say, "I love you, Rena, and I'm going to be good to you, and you're the most important thing in my life, and I want you to be the healthiest person in the world." And
Yes.
I remember the first time I did it, I couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't look in the mirror. I thought it was so hard to do. Now look at me. I'm like happily looking and saying, I'm talking to myself publicly and with no shame. So it takes time to get there in terms of just you looking in the mirror. You're looking at yourself and you're seeing yourself. You're building what's called compassion for yourself.
For yourself.
And that's missing. We don't have compassion for ourselves. We don't think of ourselves as this person. And there's another really good trick, brilliant trick, because I was having a hard time with this. I wasn't able to do it. And there was another video I watched, and the trick is you either look at a picture of yourself when you were little, or you think of a picture of yours that you've seen when you were little. And you're really speaking to that child, right? And it was so funny. The moment I did that. I practiced that. I was like, okay, I'm going to do it that way. And I brought up this picture I have of myself, you know, standing with this little fake elephant, this little tiny child, you know, with a little white hat. And it just changed my emotions towards myself. And then I got teary-eyed. It was so funny. It was like I went from, this is such a silly exercise, to having this just flood of emotions for myself, that how horrible I had been to myself and how I had to treat myself better. And it was just that very little change of how I pictured myself. So I highly recommend, because if you don't have compassion for yourself, if you don't prioritize yourself, all this is going to be hard to do, because this requires change. So something as simple as in the morning, look in the mirror, picture how you were as a little child, this little sweet child, and talk to that child and say, you know, I love you. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to do what's right by you. I'm going to take care of you. And it's amazing how the rest of the day just kind of falls into place because you're starting it correctly. All right. Well, that's it for us. We're going to sign off. If you have any questions, please, again, help@healcircle.org. We are here for you. We've got more calls. We've got more live calls on the way. So feel free to check the schedule of calls and join in, and we will see you soon. Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Thank you so much, Reena.